Hey, how's it going, everyone? Good morning. It is My Guy Knows a Guy, NBA betting today on the SportX Insights YouTube channel. It is Friday, January 21st. Just want to say happy birthday to my dog, Naeem. Just got to say that. Shout out to the real. Good morning to everyone. If this is your first time watching, hit the subscribe button and turn notifications on. I will, give me 2 seconds just to share a tweet, and I'm going to get right to the slate. We have 11 games on the schedule today. It should be very exciting. Wednesday's slate was extremely exciting. Took a bit of a break yesterday. I had some personal stuff going on, all positive. But back today, I'm actually kind of angry. I had 2 picks to share yesterday. They were both props, but I did not have a chance to really just do too much yesterday. Apologies to anyone that was waiting for the live stream. We are back to regularly scheduled programming. Hit the like button while I tweet this out for 5 seconds. All right, yeah, so today's schedule is actually packed, 11 games. Shout out to everyone that had a chance to watch the early picks video last night. The 3 early picks videos that we released before the mini break yesterday, we have 4 wins and 1 loss. It's actually either a win or a push, depending on what most people won with Anthony Edwards. So I'll just say 4 wins and a push. The early videos are going well. We appreciate the response to the videos as well. Just trying to attack the schedule. Now, sometimes in the NBA, I do want to give a disclaimer. I can use the Anthony Edwards prop from the other day as an example. Sometimes in the NBA, it is opportune. It's beneficial to bet earlier, and sometimes it's beneficial to bet late. Okay, so we're going to try to do the best that we can to get you the best information to attack the schedule. Let's win as much money as possible. Shout out to the Suns, though, who caught that Suns game last night. Just want to say to everyone that, you know, acquiring JaVale McGee and Bismack Biyombo will help the Suns contend for a title once again. Like, literally, they might be right there knocking on the door. We saw what happened when Dario Saric left the lineup in the finals last year, the effect it had on the depth at the big position. There was too much pressure on DeAndre Ayton. He could not handle Giannis Antetokounmpo. They have 3 quality bigs on the roster right now, just in case disaster strikes, and Dario Saric might return. I'm very, very bullish on the Suns going forward. Let's see how it goes. Good morning to everyone in the chat. Let me say good morning. What's up, Vin, Mr. Austin, Jack, YouTube Everything, Savion, Jam Rocks, 360 Saucy. How's it going, man? I hope everyone's doing great. Gonna get into the schedule now. So we have, let me just pull it up. I have picks for just about every game, and I'll tell you the ones that I've actually already put money on, including the 3 from last night. I have a lot to share in the Raptors Wizards game. Also, one other note before we start, we are going to have another live stream at 3 p.m. Eastern this afternoon for anyone that's interested in betting the big UFC 270 event tomorrow on Saturday. Ngannou and Gain, the big card. We have the co-founder of SX Network, Andrew, going to join us, and my friend Stuck Bets. You know, it's not always about follower count. I want to tell you guys that. It's not always about follower count. My boy's a beast. I'm going to introduce him to you, get you some quality MMA picks for people that are into that. Quick session later on today at 3 p.m. Let's get some money in the UFC tomorrow. So the first game today is the Orlando Magic at home hosting the LA Lakers. The LA Lakers are a team that, you know, it's La La Land, Hollywood, big drama going on with the Lakers already. GM Rob Pelinka has actually traveled with the team on this trip. You know, changes may be looming for this roster, but they may be cosmetic changes because with the poor play of Russell Westbrook as of late, it's going to be incredibly difficult to move his contract, if not impossible. You would essentially have to fleece another team or give them some sort of sweetheart deal with something unbelievable, 3-4 team trade. His play has really bogged the Lakers' efficiency, has really pulled them down. You know, with the way that they've played in the fourth quarter in terms of their net rating in the fourth quarter, the Lakers have been they've essentially been, they can lose any game. This team can lose any game at any time. I don't even believe their leads are safe when they go up large. Too much wear and tear on LeBron. He's having to do too much in this particular game. Now, it is interesting. We do not have a prop market. We do not have a prop market for Russell Westbrook just yet. With the negative attention that he's been receiving over the last couple of days, I think it's possible that we could get angry Russell Westbrook today if you can get an assist total I would take that today. Russell Westbrook, he hasn't been very trustworthy, but against these inferior teams and with the way the media is beating up on him, I think Russell Westbrook's assists may be a quality bet against just a completely inferior, I'm not picking the spread in this game, against a completely inferior backcourt defensively. I'm talking about Cole Anthony and Jalen Suggs, a rookie. Cole Anthony was a rookie last year. It's going to be very difficult for them to stop Russell Westbrook getting into the paint as long as he keeps his turnovers low, which has not been the case. But if they set Westbrook's assists at maybe 6.5, 5.5, I would take that over. My favorite prop in this game. What's up, Jam Rocks? You're taking that Jaren Jackson today. We're going to get to that game. It's a big, big game tonight. Grizzlies and the Nuggets. So my favorite prop in this game is actually Cole Anthony over 17.5 points. He's in a mini slump right now, but with the way the Lakers have been playing defense on the perimeter themselves, I think Cole Anthony has a good shot to get back to form today. That pick almost made the cut for the video last night. It did not, however, because actually the market wasn't even available. But I like over 17.5 points for Cole Anthony in this game. It's a prop I like. It's a prop I like. Moving on, though. The reason I said it like that is because I didn't want to spend too much time on the Lakers game. This is a game that, in my opinion, will be a live betting game. The other day, the Orlando Magic, they punched first against the Philadelphia 76ers. They have not been able to play 4 quality quarters, but I do want to make note of the Magic because last year, they were actually one of my favorite teams to bet on. This year, because they were actually competing. This year, they seem to have hit the tank very, very, very early in the season. You're seeing them completely fade off after halftime. This is a bet against team after halftime, okay? Especially if they're competing at the half. It's not the organization's intention to actually compete. You look at the roster, they have a couple of solid young pieces to build around. This Magic team is really pushing for a top 3 pick, and I can see it. Mysterious instances of Terrence Ross leaving the game, going to the locker room over and over again. Just a lot of things that I'm seeing in Magic games that are causing me to believe that they are not a trustworthy team in the second half going forward. The second half of the season and the second half of games. Now, let me just pull something up. 76ers Clippers. Okay, so we have Seth Curry listed questionable in this game. He's been automatic with his assist total going over as of late, hitting at 80% plus clip as of late. Seth Curry is listed questionable today. I would get ahead of the news and take Tyrese Maxey over 3.5 assists before they rule Seth Curry out. That might be an opportunity to get ahead of. Also, there's no market available for Ivica Zubac. His points total, I think it's going to go under tonight against a much more physical front in Joel Embiid and Andre Drummond tonight. He had an abnormally good game against the Denver Nuggets. I think he regresses today. Give me 1 second, though. Plug my laptop charger in. And we're good. So yeah, the Philadelphia 76ers are a team that has been performing extremely well, powered by Joel Embiid. As we know, he's entered his name in the chat for the MVP race, going absolutely ballistic, wrecking ball. Teams that are Ivica Zubac tonight is not going to be able to match up with Joel Embiid. But him coming off of the 50-point performance, I can't take his points prop over. I actually haven't been taking very many 76ers props besides Seth Curry's assists. Now, if Seth Curry does play, I will take his assists over once again against this Clippers team that just does not have much. They're not able to guard. They have a serious 2-man game going on right now between Joel Embiid and Seth Curry. It's actually pretty fun to watch. I like seeing Seth Curry featured heavily in the offense as the primary ball handler. Joel Embiid has definitely benefited from that shift. In this game, I would look towards Maxey's assists and Curry's assists, but play the injury report in that particular game. It's interesting to note that the Clippers have covered their last 2 meetings against the 76ers, but they were far more healthy in both of those matchups. If you remember at the beginning of the season, they did have Paul George in the lineup. It's a much different scenario for the Clippers in January than it was. Their outlook is much different now than it was in November. I will look at Zubac's points total to go under, as long as it's not set too low, like at 6.5 or something crazy. If it's in his normal range, 8.5, 9.5, 10.5, I would go under on Zubac's points tonight. I think he has a good shot to get stopped in the paint today. There's not going to be much action for Ivica Zubac. This Clippers team is very, very strange. They tend to perform very well when they are undermanned. It's very weird. When negative news hits them, they tend to perform very, very well. Case in point, the other day, they had a freakishly good offensive performance when they were extremely undermanned against the Clippers the other night. So they're not a team that I'm going to get involved with on point spreads because they are highly unpredictable. They're putting out different lineups every night. That's probably why they don't even know the lineup for tonight. That's probably why there weren't any Ivica Zubac props available just yet. So just keep an eye on this game. There's a lot to choose from today. You don't really have to get lost in this game. The 76ers on paper should cover a game like this, but for me, they're still not to be trusted. We're just gonna have to wait and see. It's a tale of two halves every game with the Sixers. Which half are they going to look like the Sixers in, the first half or the second half? Go back and look at their box scores. We need 4 consistent quarters from this Philadelphia 76ers in order for me to jump on to their point spreads. Check out the chat for a second. Hey, what's up, Sam? What's up, Sound Off? 1 game, 5 rebounds, next game, 15 rebounds. Well, you know, you have to realize that rebounds, blocks, steals, these are props that are, in my opinion, have the highest luck factor. You know, you know, especially rebounds. You know, it's an effort play. It's all about effort, but at the end of the day, the ball has to bounce off that rim in a certain direction. I'm just gonna say what it is. I'm having more success with assist props, although I did key in on a rebound prop today that I really like from last night's video. Scotty Barnes over 6.5 rebounds. Go back and check. Appreciate you, Dan, Mr. Austin. Go back and check out the short video. It's only 2 minutes long from last night. I explained 3 picks, 3 props, early picks. I helped the video get as many likes as possible. Let's keep it going. Dennis Rodman was an alien. Dennis Rodman was an alien, a specimen. His rebound prop in today's age would probably be like 15.5, 16.5. Dennis Rodman was doing some crazy stuff when it comes to crashing the glass. All right, more information on the way, everyone. Take a second to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're watching on Twitter. Come on over to YouTube. And once again, a friendly reminder, if you are interested in betting UFC 270 for tomorrow, come through on the YouTube channel later on today at 3 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be a huge weekend. Let's get to it. Okay, another game that's very interesting to me is the OKC Thunder, because system's saying to take the Thunder, everyone. You know, I haven't yet classified the Thunder as a team that is tanking in the second half of their games just yet. The other day against the Spurs, I actually liked the Spurs that day. You know, you guys saw I was all over DeJounte Murray's assists that particular day. Usually when I take someone's assist to go over, I am projecting that particular offense to snap on that day as well. I'm definitely peeling behind the layers and looking at the overall offensive metrics for that team. I'm not just blindly taking someone's assist to go over. Shout out to DeJounte Murray. But when it comes to the OKC Thunder today, against a team in the Hornets that still have not been playing the best defense, they played great against the Celtics the other day, but the Celtics have been shooting themselves in the foot all season. They are not, we're going to get to them in a second. They are not a trustworthy team. The Charlotte Hornets today, I just want to go back to last week. If you guys remember on the stream, I said there's a chance that they will come out sleepy against the Orlando Magic last Friday. They lost that game outright. They were 11-point favorites. The OKC Thunder, in my opinion, are a team that has been playing much better basketball. Their ATS record is much better than the Orlando Magic, another team that walked into Charlotte as big underdogs. You know, I think the Thunder can't compete in this game. I am more likely to trust them in the first half, however, in the first half today. Might be getting ready to add that later. A prop that I do like in this game is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander over 23.5 points. I think he has a chance to have one of those big SGA games today. And it's a prop that I'm likely to add and actually bet. I have it listed. I'm looking at it right here. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Toronto guy, SGA over 23.5 points. I won't be surprised if the OKC Thunder compete in this game. Super contrarian play, but I'm likely to ride with the system on this one. I know that wasn't popular. So moving on to that's all I have on that game. Also a very strong lean to the over in that game. Full game over, not the first half over. It's gone up to 224. The market definitely agrees with that sentiment. I'm not too big on line movement for totals unless it correlates with my pregame position. It's easy to look into certain things and just end up being wrong. I think line movement and total movement can be a red flag indicator at some points, but there's a lot of smoke and mirrors. Just look at what's going on in the last 2 weeks. Actually, the line movement has been tricking a lot of people, and but when it comes to the total in this game, when it comes to the pace, they emphasize defense like on the road at the Celtics. Coming back home against a team that does like to run, that's going to try to emphasize a better pick and roll offense today. They weren't able to get to their stuff against the Spurs at all in that game, especially with SGA. Look for a lot of SGA pick and roll, a lot of SGA driving to the paint today. If SGA goes over his points total today, this game is very likely to go over that 224 total. $224 over for the Hornets and the Thunder. Book it. Scotty Barnes over 6.5 rebounds tonight against the Wizards. Yep, Jakob Poeltl over 9.5 rebounds. Tell me if the line changed, Jamrock. I don't have the props up right now. I have the main screen. Tell me if the line changed. All right, moving on to the Celtics and the Blazers. The first thing I want to say is if the Celtics lose outright tonight, I will not be surprised. But I'm projecting their offense to play a lot better. That is not an endorsement of the point spread or a win for the Celtics, but I do like the over 212 in this matchup, and I like Jalen Brown of the Celtics over 2.5 threes. That is juiced. You might be able to take that over 3.5 for plus money. I am projecting Jalen Brown to have a much better offensive performance today against this Blazers team. Nothing for props on the Blazers side, but definitely I am impressed with what Anthony Simons has been doing in the absence of Damian Lillard. The Blazers still have a pretty good shot to make the play-in tournament. So, until I see them hit the red button and blow up the team and start making trades, I still think this team will compete, the Blazers, going forward. Until we see them make a dramatic change to their roster in the form of a trade for Damian Lillard or bringing in some other help. But I still think they'll compete. But on the road, they have been absolutely terrible. But this is public knowledge now. It's not really a smart thing to say. I'm not saying anything new by saying that the Blazers are terrible on the road. I'm not saying anything new. If you're saying that now, it's essentially already cooked into the line. It's beyond public knowledge. But looking at this game, Jalen Brown over 2.5 assists, I think is a go. And the over 212, I also think is a go in this particular game. Did I bet either one? I did not. If I do, I will tweet it out, but that's what I have listed in this one. See if the Blazers can get that plus 280 tonight. What you guys think about that plus 280 for the Blazers? Facts. Dramatic. New word. Moving on. We have the Atlanta Hawks and the Miami Heat. The Hawks have been playing a lot better as of late. I like how they've inserted DeAndre Hunter into the starting lineup. His minutes were essentially being cannibalized by Cam Reddish. They made a choice to fully develop DeAndre Hunter, a player that has shown great flashes of being a two-way player. He had big shots in the playoff last year. I'm actually higher on DeAndre Hunter going forward than I am on Cam Reddish. The moment DeAndre Hunter returned from his absence recently, the Hawks' offensive metrics have increased, their defensive metrics have increased, and the best thing about this is that Clint Capella is not back yet. They are playing, on paper, the heavyweights of the division, but the Hawks, you look at the psyche of the professional athlete, the Hawks definitely think that they can compete with the Miami Heat. In their minds, they probably think they're better than the Heat. I know the futures odds, the odds makers, and the media do not think so. But this is a team that went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year that had a horrendous start. But if you remember, last season, the Atlanta Hawks also had a horrendous start. They didn't flip the switch until they brought in Nate McMillan as the head coach. When they made a head coaching switch, he was already there though. But when they promoted Nate McMillan, and when Bogdan Bogdanovic made his season debut, okay? They skyrocketed after that. Nate McMillan, he's definitely told these guys something recently. Cam Reddish, that trade has sparked something in this team. No one wants to get traded to Sacramento. No one wants to get traded to Indiana. Looking at this Heat team tonight, though, it's very strange to me that they're +1. Even though they don't have much guard play tonight, Kyle Lowry, Tyler Hero, it's very strange to me that they're +1. I'm going to call this the most suspicious spread of the day, actually. In fact, I'm not taking the Hawks in this scenario, but if the Hawks compete here, I will not be surprised. The line is very, very telling. I'm not reading too much into that by itself, but you look at that result against the Bucks for the Hawks recently. This is a team that's on an upward trajectory. I still think even though they dug themselves a major hole, they still have a shot to get to the top 6. Maybe not top 4, but they have a shot to get to the top 6. I like DeAndre Hunter starting for this team. They need more two-way players. They're not done making trades either. But as an endorsement for tonight, let me pull up my notes. The only thing I would look towards in this game is possibly Jimmy Butler's assist to go over 7.5. That's a prop that I think can hit, win or lose. The Heat lack guard play. Even if they lose the game outright, Jimmy Butler should be in facilitator mode today. Duncan Robinson will benefit. Max Strus will benefit. Gabe Vincent will benefit. The Martin twin will benefit. On the Hawks side, Trae Young, he's probably going to go ballistic. From what I'm seeing, he's extremely motivated right now. Trae Young is extremely motivated. The locker room is very motivated since Cam Reddish was traded. Some things can be catalysts for teams. That was a shockwave in their locker room. They woke up, one of their brothers is gone. Cam Reddish shipped off to New York. He's going to have to fight for minutes up there. Let's see how that works for him. For me, though, I like Jimmy Butler's assists in this game, and I will not be surprised if this game goes over. What do you guys think about Heat Hawks in the chat, everyone? What you guys think? There have been a lot of ejections killing props recently. A lot of ejections. I actually won because of one. I had De'Aaron Fox a week ago under 5.5 assists. He got ejected. Yeah, Yurtseven should go to the Hornets. They're not going to get rid of Yurtseven, though, and it's actually pretty surprising with how well he played in Bam Adebayo's absence that he was not promoted to backup big. They're still going with Dwayne Dedmon. They're respecting the veteran. But they got to get Omer Yurtseven in there as the backup big. We need more. We need Yurtseven props. Okay. We need it. Look, I liked Duncan Robinson to go over 2.5 threes last game. I had it listed, but there's one thing that's making me afraid of Duncan Robinson right now, and it is his minutes. Duncan Robinson's minutes have decreased dramatically. They've decreased dramatically. Moving on to the Wizards and the Raptors. A couple of plays in this game. Scotty Barnes over 6.5 rebounds, plus 115. Jamrocks in the chat said it's plus 120 now. Let me just get that off. Yeah, there is strength in the line. if you go from game to game. But don't read into that by itself. Still cap the game. And trying to get my dog J Money in here, bro. Trying to get my dog in. We have time zone differences though. Trying to get some more analysis from the community, everyone. But we'll see if it happens. We'll see if it happens. Hey, Zhao, how's it going? Brian, how's it going? Mr. Austin, how's it going? Hey, HK, how's it going, my brother? Good morning. Yeah, we're going to get on this Raptors game right now. Shout out to everyone that's watching right now. Just doing what I love. If you guys can take a second to hit the like button. We have about 90 people watching right now. I'm highly grateful for all 90 people watching right now. If you guys can take a second, hit the like button. Help us get 90 likes. 90 people watching, 90 likes. It's a fair bargain. 5 seconds of your time. If you guys can, run up the like button. We're trying to grow the channel and get as many people to experience or just encounter the picks and the content as possible. Let's see how it goes. Let me just send one message and I'm going to give you guys some insight on this. Yep, sorry about that. Appreciate the love, everyone. Appreciate the love. And yeah, go back to the video from last night, the 2-minute video. Hit like on that as well. Help us push the videos. Help us push the videos. Countless hours of research, countless hours of monitoring the odds, monitoring the news situation. No one is perfect. We're trying to learn from our mistakes. But if you guys enjoy quality sports betting content, free sports betting content, support the movement, support the channel, help it grow. If you guys are about it, if you guys have ever cashed a ticket on this channel, hit the like button, drop a comment as soon as the live stream is done. Drop a comment on your favorite pick for today. Tell me your favorite pick for today on Friday, January 21st. Let's go. All right, so yeah, hell yeah. Cash in plenty of tickets. They already know, Jamrocks, People will forget about you when you lose for a day or two, though. They don't, they'll forget, last year, hey, last year, hope you guys saved all the money. When you guys cash out from these sports books, take about 50% of it, go lock it away in a crypto wallet. When you cash out from a sports book and withdraw your funds, take 50% of your earnings and put it in a crypto wallet and hide it. Go look at it 6 months later. Go look at it 6 months later. How about that? All right, yeah. Let me get back to enough promo, everyone. Raptors game, Raptors Wizards game. This is a matchup that has been closely contested over the last couple of years. My dog HK in the chat knows. Competitive series right here. If you guys remember, way back, Kyle Lowry days. I mean, we had Grievous Vasquez on the court. We had PJ Tucker on the court. Who else do we have running around out there? It was a crazy. John Salmons. We got swept by the Wizards in the first round, okay? The Raptors never forgetted that. We never forgetted that. All right? I used to have arguments. No lies, everyone. I used to have arguments in 2016. Heated arguments. And, it's easy to say at that time, John Wall was a guy. He was a guy. Okay? I told them Kyle Lowry would end up having a better basketball career than John Wall. They were laughing on me right here on Twitter, another account. They were laughing at me. Fast forward years later, how the tables have turned. But that has nothing to do with today's matchup. I'm all over some Raptors props today. Pascal Siakam, over 5.5 assists. Scotty Barnes, over 6.5 rebounds today. He has gone over after a loss for the Raptors. That's how I know Scotty Barnes has heart. If he doesn't hit it today, I'm still riding. After a loss, Scotty Barnes goes over his rebounds prop. That is the sign of heart. That is a sign of effort. That is a sign of motivation. When you lose, the next game, you crash the glass. You dive for the 50-50 loose balls. Scotty Barnes has gone over his rebounds total 82% of the time after Raptors losses this season. If we're on the wrong side today and the 18% of the times where that prop has not hit, I will have to just take my L and walk on to tomorrow. Scotty Barnes over 6.5 assists plus 120. I expect him to crash the glass like a psycho. Like a psycho. All right, also in this game, Fred VanVleet, I want to note that he attempted 15 three-pointers in that loss against the Mavericks. Fred VanVleet, also get him in the All-Star game, everyone. If we don't get Fred VanVleet in the All-Star game this year, at least on the bench, we failed as basketball fans. Scotty Barnes, John Morant, Darius Garland. Get the real point guards in the All-Star game. Fred VanVleet today, I have a strong lean to an offensive explosion from Fred VanVleet today. Over 22.5 points, over 3.5 threes. The reason I'm saying this is it's very rare that you see someone over 3.5 threes to be minus 150. This guy, he only hit 3 last game. He attempted 15 though. Nick Nurse specifically said he's going to try to get his guys involved today against the Wizards. Let's see how it goes. I like Fred VanVleet over 22.5 points and over 3.5 threes, but the minus 150, I can't play it. They're basically pricing you out, okay? And Pascal Siakam, I have to give you the disclaimer. I have to give you the good and the bad. I played this regularly for an entire unit. I'm not no lies told, but I was cashing this at over 4.5 a couple of times. The books have adjusted it to over 5.5. He has been playing like a point forward. Pascal Siakam's in-game IQ is at an all-time high. Okay? Scotty Barnes is benefiting. OG Anunoby is benefiting. Fred VanVleet is benefiting. Fred VanVleet is hitting a large amount of his threes off of Pascal Siakam assists. He's getting them in transition. This Wizards defense has regressed in transition. Their transition defense is trash. Their half-court defense is pretty good. They're still able to slow things down and get what they want defensively in the half-court. That's why I think this game could be a little sweaty. But in transition, Siakam is going to eat tonight. Don't be surprised if you get marquee performances from both Pascal and Fred VanVleet tonight. I'm just saying. I'm not a PRA guy. I'll tell you why I don't like playing PRAs, okay? Because with PRAs, it's not really absolute what I'm saying. It's a bit blurry because they could snap in one particular category and take the PRA over. But I'm going to tell everyone right now, sportsbooks are eating off of props, the public losing on PRA props, because they know you're capping 3 outcomes. Hear what I'm saying. You're capping 3 different outcomes. The points, the assists, and the rebounds. You know, why not split it up? Why not split it up and take the players over points, over rebounds, over assists separately for smaller bets and try to go 2 out of 3, turn a profit, instead of capping all 3 on their PRA. For me, PRA is risky. But yeah, for sure, Fred and Pascal are both PRA candidates tonight. You know, after that loss against the Mavericks, with the way the game ended, bro, the Raptors really should have won that game, everyone. They really should have won that game. Luka Magic. He did a couple of things that numbers can't even quantify. It's Luka Doncic. All right, yeah, this is my most passionate game today. I definitely spent a little bit longer on this one, but just try to remember what I said about PRA. If you like someone's PRA and you bet it, don't let me sway you off of the pick, but just monitor that player for his over points, over rebounds, over assists on the side. Monitor it on the side and see, get into tracking, track your bets, see what's hitting over the long run, you know? I've seen guys explode on their points, but their PRAs go under. In Scotty we trust tonight. We're going to overwhelm Daniel Gafford today. He's not going to be able to guard both of them. Pick your poison today. Who are you going to guard, Scotty or Pascal Siakam? Who? Nothing for me on the Wizards side. I actually lean the Raptors to win this game outright. Maybe we'll add some spreads later in the day. Yeah, great point too. We have to lean on the leadership of Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam, even OG Anunoby. Scotty Barnes is coming off 2 pretty bad games. Like you said, that's why I think his not ego but motivation. He's trying to prove himself. For Rookie of the Year, he's had a bit of a slump this month after a stellar. Give me the effort plays. I'm going for the guys that give us max effort. But I definitely agree with you on the sentiment that Scotty Barnes has not played very well over the last couple of games, and it has hurt the Raptors, you know? It's hurt the Raptors. Nick Nurse even admitted after the Mavericks game that he has to do a better job of organizing the minutes of the players. Fred VanVleet is leading the league in minutes, everyone. 41 minutes per game. 41 minutes per game. Yeah. Scotty points is going to be hard. I like Scotty over points, but rebounds, I lock that in. Let's go. Yeah. Remember what I said the last stream, Brian? The last stream, you guys asked about Kuzma. That pick went viral. I think he lost. But he could, I don't know. I'm not sure about Kuzma. Defenses are really onto him now. Let me move on, though. I spent a lot of attention. The rest of the show is going to be a lot shorter. About 10 more minutes. I'm going to express picks, and I'll get out of here, everyone. I'll get out of here. I'm just having a lot of fun with the Raptors Wizards game. And, yeah. Also, one more disclaimer for everyone that is following right now. We will be back here on the YouTube channel at 3 p.m. to preview the UFC MMA event tomorrow. The big fight, Francis Ngannou and Gane tomorrow night, UFC 270. Have co-founder of SX Network, the co-founder of SportX.bet, Andrew Young, will be joining us with my friend Stuck Bets to preview the card, go over it in an express format, and we're giving away $150. $50 to 3 different people, free bet credits to bet on the fights tomorrow. If you want to win the 3, retweet the tweet on my page. There's a tweet to retweet to enter the contest. We're going to give away $50 to 3 different people, $150 in total, for you to bet on anything you want on SportX.bet this weekend. Come join us at 3 p.m. Eastern right here on the channel. So while you're here, subscribe to the channel and turn notifications on. But you guys are here for NBA. Just want to share, you know, MMA is not as big as NBA. Just want to share that with everyone that is interested in that. I will just be hosting and moderating. I do not have much technical MMA knowledge, but I do play some MMA bets, and I'm trying to learn from the best. But I will introduce you to a monster, my guy Stuck. Let's see how it goes later today. Moving on to the Bucks and the Bulls. Although the Bulls are a heavily undermanned team, heavily undermanned team, I still think that they have a chance to compete maybe early in this game. Never forget that the Bucks lost to the Pistons at home as 16-point favorites, losing outright. Never forget that. So with that said, just remember that any team that walks into that stadium can lose. Can beat the Bucks, okay? But betting on this particular game, I like the game to go under. Bulls, Bucks, under 227.5. It's just too much to sustain in terms of losses. We got some pretty negative news that Lonzo Ball is going to be out for like 6 weeks. You know, Kobe White, Ayo Dosunmu should go crazy in terms of their assists and three-point metrics. High usage guys now. You might get a good value on Ayo Dosunmu and Kobe White. Assists and threes made props going forward, everyone. Just look at their box scores, and they're actually 2 fun young players to watch. You know, looking at Drew Holiday today, let's see if we can get some news on Drew Holiday. If you guys can correct me, is Drew Holiday playing as of this moment for this game? Is he listed in? Is he listed out? I like Grayson Allen to go over 10.5 points in this game. You may want to wait on some Drew Holiday news, but I like Grayson Allen to go over in this particular game against teams like the Bulls that have dynamic athletic players, a couple of athletic guys, Ayo, DeMar DeRozan. You know, could be a wide open game. Could be a wide open game here. Players like Grayson Allen should be able to benefit. I like him to go over 10.5 points, but wait to see if Drew Holiday is in or out, because you may get a better number. If Drew Holiday is ruled in, you might get 8.5, 9.5, probably 9.5 on Grayson Allen. But on the total in this game, I like it to go over 227.5. Could be a live betting opportunity right here. I have it listed to possibly go over if they have a hot start. That's what it says on my paper right here. If they have a hot start, take this game live under. I'm noticing some suspicious activity with live totals in the second half of Bucks games. So under 227.5 for the Bucks and the Bulls. This should be a fun game to watch. This should still be a fun game to watch. Moving on to the Utah Jazz and the mob shit this month with the Utah Jazz. They lost to the Rockets and the Pistons as massive favorites in the same. Yeah, I just like to say Ayo. I know it's Ayo Dosunmu. I just like to say it like if you watch the local games, I'm not even sure who that is. The Bulls on NBA League Pass, the Bulls commentators, they say Ayo whenever he scores. It's probably pretty corny, but hey, Ayo, that guy's balling, absolutely balling. Future starting point guard in the NBA. So the Utah Jazz are absolutely terrible at home. Everyone, absolutely terrible at home. They're laying big points once again to the Detroit Pistons. Technically, this is a revenge game. They just lost to the Detroit Pistons, and the Pistons were dancing around the locker room like it was the Super Bowl. They've been playing a little bit better recently. They took the public's money against the Kings. System saying take the Jazz, though, in a blowout spot to take these guys out. It doesn't make sense. I do want to take the Jazz and the Warriors today. We got to get the Rockets and the Pistons out of here. The public, they're going to be public dogs today. The Rockets, maybe not the Rockets. I went too far there. But the Pistons will be a public dog today. But in this game, I have props. I have props to share. There is no market for it, but I think it's a very... It was going to be one of the 3 picks in the video last night, but there was no market. I can't put it in the video if there's no market. Some props come out way later. Jordan Clarkson to go over his 3-pointers made, everyone. I would take that when the market comes out. I like Gobert's rebounds to go over because it's an effort play coming off of the loss against the Houston Rockets, but it's going to be tough if they really do blow these guys out. If they blow the Pistons out tonight, he may not get his minutes, and 14.5 is a superhuman number, but I do have it listed. And then I have Cade Cunningham over 4.5 listed, partially because it's been over-adjusted, in my opinion, to 4.5. I tried to cash them at 5.5 a couple of times and failed after cashing 6.5, which is really, really weird. But now they've adjusted even further. So within the course of 1 month, we've seen Cade Cunningham's assists reduce from 6.5 down to 5.5. Now it's 4.5 at plus money. He's still going to play a lot of minutes. He's still the #1 pick. They're going to throw him to the Wolves in order to develop him, similar to Anthony Edwards last season. I like Cade Cunningham over 4.5 assists. But my favorite play in this game is Jordan Clarkson over his threes made, whatever it is. Whatever it is. Yeah, it's so weird. It's so weird. And it's weird. I notice a trend in that too sometimes. Sometimes when they don't when they know players are playing and then they don't list the player, it's really, really suspicious. Then the player spazzes. Oh, I'm talking about against the spread. Against the spread. Check out the ATS number, Cedric, and see if I can be corrected. Just let me know. Look up the Jazz ATS record at home. All right. Moving on. Moving on to the Memphis Grizzlies and the Denver Nuggets. This is a game where this may end up being my dog of the day, everyone. I may take the undermanned Memphis Grizzlies to win outright tonight in Denver. Let's see if they can get some reinforcements tonight. This is an injury report game. The market definitely agrees with the sentiment so far. We see the line down to plus 3.5 for the Memphis Grizzlies. They are severely undermanned. Let's see if, this is one I'm going to have to tweet later in the day. Let's see if we can get some reinforcements in terms of depth. We saw some flashes of the Grizzlies of being able to make that a game the other night against the Bucks. I still liked what I saw. They got beat, they got covered on, but they did not quit until the very end of the game. I might be jumping on the Memphis Grizzlies money line plus 130 in this game. Plus 130 in this game. And another one I might be jumping on is the under. Very, very counterintuitive play right here, but I might be jumping on the under 224. For the Warriors and the Rockets, the line is dropping very, very, very fast. It's -10. It might be a case of someone's about to be ruled out for the Warriors. We know there's been injury management for Klay Thompson. Let's see if he plays tonight. Steph Curry, he's dealing with a nagging hand injury. His shooting stats have decreased dramatically, actually, over the last 5 to 10 games. Let's see how it goes. But it's still Warriors or nothing for me in this game. I may be adding the Jazz and the Warriors to blow these guys out. I like a lot of underdogs today, but I might be looking at the Warriors and the Jazz today to bounce back respectively on the point spread. And then I skipped over the Spurs Nets game because I don't have much else in that game but Jakob Poeltl. I posted that in the video last night. That's one of my 3 favorite plays today. Jakob Poeltl over 9.5 rebounds at plus 110 odds, or that's what the pay was last night. Let's see how it goes. Anyways, everyone, I've been here for a while. It's a huge slate. I said I'd go a little bit longer than expected. So much to discuss. Got about 100 people watching right now. If you guys can help the video get about 100 likes. My favorite source for ATS trends, partially because there's not much advertising on the website. This is not an endorsement, no affiliation, and the website is very, very clear. The information is very clear. Check out teamrankings.com for NBA against the spread statistics. Also check that out, Cedric, Jack, check that out, teamrankings.com. Scroll to the bottom, hit where it says NBA with all the other sports, hit odds, okay? You'll see a bunch of games, then hit game preview. You'll see so much information, so much information. Check that out. It's a really, really good, high quality website to use for ATS, recent ATS stats. Check out, check it out, Poundcake, Jack, Cedric. Check out teamrankings.com. It's definitely one tool in my toolkit. Okay, and everyone, been here for a while. Check out the website on the screen, sportx.bet. Just got done with a $50,000 sports betting tournament. Someone won $15,000 the other day, everyone. Massive, massive sports betting tournament concluded. Check out the website. You can bet crypto right from your MetaMask. If you already know what MetaMask is, if you are into NFTs, into crypto, you know, if you have used OpenSea, any of those platforms, you can directly bet off of your MetaMask. You know, very minimal KYC. Check it out, everyone. I'm going to list some of the picks right now. It's My Guy Knows a Guy. I need to eat a nice lunch. I need to drink some water. We'll be all over the injury news today, trying to bring you guys some news as well. Let me list the picks, and I will get out of here. Just a reminder, everyone, it'll be a brief show. MMA betting weekly, UFC betting weekly. We're going to go once a week previewing UFC 270 tomorrow. Francis Ngannou and Gain. Huge card tomorrow. Odds listed right here on sportx.bet. I'm going to be sharing some of the massive bets that have been placed on sportx.bet as well. If you guys are interested in following the money, if you want to fade the money, we'll show you guys some of the stuff on the platform. My picks today, and I'll list the leans as well as I went through a lot of the games. Obviously, I don't have money on all of these games, all of these props, but I'm going to list what I have in all of these games. I have my 3 favorite plays today. Pascal Siakam, over 5.5 assists. Scotty Barnes, over 6.5 rebounds, plus 115. Jakob Poeltl, over 9.5 rebounds. He plays for the San Antonio Spurs. What other things I have listed? I lean towards the OKC Thunder on the point spread, maybe also towards the first half point spread in that one. I lean towards the over in that game. A prop that I like in that game is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, over 23.5 points. I like Cole Anthony of the Orlando Magic, over 17.5 points. I like Jimmy Butler, over 7.5 assists. If I play that, it will be very, very small. Maybe I shouldn't even list that right now, actually, but I do like the play just because the Miami Heat are a very strange team when it comes to injury reports. You saw the look on my face when I even said a Miami Heat prop. I like Jaylen Brown to go over 2.5 threes in that game. I like Grayson Allen to go over his 10.5 points if Drew Holiday does not return tonight. I like the Bucks and the Bulls under 227.5. I like Jordan Clarkson to go over his 3 points prop total when the market is released. Yeah, I just listed a lot of picks, and I might be taking the Memphis Grizzlies to win outright. I will tweet my card out, everyone. Appreciate everyone watching the video. Hit like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and also check out the short videos. I will post another short video tonight on YouTube for tomorrow's NBA card. If I like what I see, I'm not going to force anything, but the early picks have been very successful as of late. I really, really appreciate the love. We'll try to get some more guests on the show, try to get some more interactions with the community. Hit the like button, everyone, and really, really, really appreciate everyone taking their time to watch the live stream. Watch it on replay, share it with everyone in the community or people that you know watching NBA shows, and also come back later on at 3 p.m. Eastern to watch the UFC program if you're betting on UFC this week. It's My Guy Knows a Guy. See you guys later.